These kids literally got out of bed this morning and went straight to playing the new game that our subscriber Kelly gave us. They have figured out how to play it. That was the hard part.
Well, our brains were mush yesterday.
Yeah, we couldn't read the directions and understand. So you figured it out, buddy? Is it fun?
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh no. I'm a little bit tired. I heard them playing and I
you literally, good morning. I haven't even said good morning to you yet. So Jason and I, it's Saturday here, and we're trying to decide how to best use the weekend. It's Labor Day weekend, so we have a 3-day weekend, and we are productivity people.
And you're supposed to labor over Labor Day weekend.
You're supposed to labor. In our house, it's not a rest weekend. Labor Day is a labor weekend. And in fact, 2 years ago, I was in labor with James on Labor Day, so that's pretty fun. However, we are past that. Lydia is nursing here. She is 2 weeks old yesterday. And we have a 3-day weekend, so I'm talking to Jason and saying, what can we do? Because, you know, we live in the middle of unfinished projects that are constantly... Are you okay?
Itching?
A couple of our kids got poison ivy. I thought you were over it. And Jason did too, yeah. So we've got, if you see us looking a little pink, it's calamine lotion. Anyway, we live in the middle of a whole lot of projects, and so we're trying to decide which project would be best to do on this 3-day weekend.
So there wasn't much of a discussion about that. My wife decided that it's barn. So we're expanding the barn.
Okay, so in order to build our big house, we really need a functioning barn. And the current barn that was here on this property is small, and it's become just like a catch-all. Once we moved here, like everything got thrown in there, including like kids stuff and animal stuff and tools and
everything from the basement of our house and our garage got thrown in there.
And then we got some different things from other people, and that got thrown in. It is a disaster. And Jason needs a functioning barn.
For a workshop.
A workshop is what I'm trying to say, not a barn. He needs a workshop space so that whenever it's time to start working on the big house, he has a spot to work, or for any other projects that we do. So I'm kind of encouraging him to extend the barn, make it bigger on one side so that he has the space he needs. So I'll send the camera out with him. He can show you the current situation.
So as she said, we have a lot of projects going on, and I think the most important one that we have is to do the barn. So this is kind of an embarrassing site for me. Some people have their domain, if you will, and this is kind of mine, and it's a real big mess. And partly because I haven't taken the time to organize it, because I just feel overwhelmed by it. So let's kind of take a closer look, and then you'll see maybe why this is a big priority for us. We were gifted a wonderful little 4-wheeler here, and you know, some equipment. And anybody who has lived in the country and had equipment and leaves it outside will know that it all just goes away. It starts rusting, it starts causing you issues. So what I want to do with this side of it is just come out, you can see that rock right there. That's where I have a hole dug, and we're just going to extend the roof out and just make this rock underneath here. And this will be the bicycle slash, you know, 4-wheeler, trailer, whatever, because we have some wonderful grandparents that have gifted my kids fun things. And so they're taking up this space where the mule normally parks in here, which is really nice to come in and not have a wet seat if it's been raining like it was last night. And you know, my bicycle needs to go somewhere else. We've got this awesome cabinet that just got unloaded from the trailer. This is some furniture that needs to go somewhere. But it's on a roof, and it's all dirt floor in here. And it's kind of makeshift. It's dirt floor. And so we have our deep freezer, and fridge in here. Got a nice little loft up there. And so what I'd like to do, to be able to, this is so embarrassing. Okay, so we go from this post here, we're gonna just come out, and I'm trying to figure out the distance. This is 12 foot right here. Would be the corner of it. and then that rake up there is, and then it goes back to that. So basically we bring the roof line over as it is, and this would all be concrete, and this would give me a space to put my tools to where they'd be out of the weather. If you can see, this is so sad. My table saw is right there, which I have to constantly basically resurface the top so the rust doesn't take over. And that's my chop saw, and it's kind of a pain to be able to set it. I've got a compressor underneath there. I've got another larger compressor in there. I'd like to set it up to where I have lines fastened on the wall. So I just come up, I connect my hose, you know, I flip the switch, everything's good to go. Maybe even a dust collection system. Really, really would like to have a wood burner in here to be able to work in the winter and not be upset about running electricity to do that. Our neighbor across the road from us, down on the bottom of our property that way, has been generous to give us some roofing, and it's 40 foot long, and if I remember correctly, that would more than cover what we're trying to do here, and then we could take the roofing off the side and actually use it for siding.
We are outside watching the show, Lydia and I. Well, Lydia's sleeping.
Mom.
And I am watching. Jason, did you tell them about which direction you're going to bring this barn out?
Yes.
Okay.
This will come from here, basically just scoot it over 12 foot.
Yep.
Well, extend it.
Wow, that's going to be a lot more room.
It will be wonderful.
That'll take a while, though.
So he has to remove all the grass, because otherwise if we put concrete on grass, it will destroy the concrete over time.
Yeah, my father said that even if you leave a little grass there, it'll come up.
And eventually push the concrete.
But it'll crack it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Grass kill it, though?
You know what? I don't know. That's what I thought. I don't know.
Maybe it would kill the top.
He's done this a couple more times than I have.
Right.
That grass going to fall out.
Catch a tree.
That tree. So, you just finished up with your Saturday screen time, right? Everybody did? Now we're all done. We're ready to go play and have some fun. Outside fun.
Hey.
You can only see
you guys, did you guys give me a load of mulch in the back of the mule?
You can't see me.
For that reason.
I see you, I see you.
See?
Okay, let's give you an update. We got rid of our weeds, grass, whatever you want to call it. And I realized that this was going to be a big job, so we got a new tractor. And for those that know your tractor colors, it's green. Julie affectionately calls this tractor Jason Deere instead of John Deere. How's that for a dad joke? So, you're looking at the scoop on our new tractor. Isn't it nice? Anyway, so we need to bring more rock in here. And what we realized is that there is 14 inches difference between the front and the back. So that's from here to here. It's for where Bella's standing right now to the corner over there, which is the top corner. There's 14 inches height difference.
Over.
Which means we need to build this up or bring that down, or a little bit of both. But we don't want to do too much of taking it down over here, because if it rains we don't want water to come up and over the concrete. And there's a couple ways we can go around doing that and getting creative, but honestly I'm a little bit more for the simpler way, easier way, whatever. So we'll just, it's not really easy, build this up. So, we have our friend Joe coming over in a little bit. He's somewhat of a, well, he's more of an expert of concrete than I am, and he happens to have a tool that will help us to mix our concrete. So we're debating whether we do a truck, borrow a trailer from the concrete place, get a concrete truck out here, borrow a concrete truck, or rent a concrete trailer that comes out here, or mix it ourselves. So
3 options, folks.
3 options.
3 options.